Most of the people watching this video, or all of the people watching this video, do not know that around 2 weeks ago, I was close to death. And yes, I kept posting, and it seemed extremely fine, right? But today I'm going to tell you the story on how I easily could have died if my parents weren't there for me. So basically, around 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, I think it was back at the end of April, I woke up with an uncontrollable cough. And when I say uncontrollable, I woke up to the point where I could not stop coughing for around 3 hours straight. And when I say not stop, I'm being serious. I did not stop coughing for 3 hours straight. My mom had to rub some Vaseline on my chest to help me. But after that, it just got worse from there. My throat was hurting, my lungs were hurting, everything was hurting. So eventually my parents rushed me to the ER, and I felt like crap. So once my parents rushed me to the ER, I started feeling a little bit better. But because they had given me multiple breathing treatments and different oxygen in my lungs to help me, and it really helped me to the point where they said I could have gone home that day. I thought I'd be there overnight, but I just went home that day. And I was good for a good few hours. We went there around 10 o'clock in the morning, and we left around 1 p.m. So it was good. And then I was chilling, playing some Fortnite, and then everything was fine, but I started feeling extremely weak. And I was like, no, I don't want to feel sick again. So I watched Jeopardy with my parents. And usually I don't do that, but I watched Jeopardy with my parents. And they thought, yeah, this is normal. But I really felt like crap. And then eventually, I was so tired I couldn't move. I was just so tired, and they thought I should go to sleep. But then my mom was saying, I don't like this. My breathing oxygen was getting lower and lower. Your breathing oxygen shouldn't be anywhere below 93. It was 92. And that's not necessarily great. And then it was 89. My mom started getting extremely worried and eventually told my dad, we gotta take him to the hospital. She checks 30 seconds later, and it's already at 84. My oxygen level is drooping by the second. So my parents take me to the ER again. And at this point, I am in so much pain. I'm so weak. I wasn't getting enough oxygen. My right lung wasn't producing enough oxygen. And basically the thing was that my lung was clogged. But I didn't know this at the time. So then you should get oxygen to your brain normally if you don't know this. I didn't have enough oxygen in my brain, so I was basically equivalent to a drunk person. I asked my mom if I was on vacation. That's how weird it got. Eventually, we got to the ER, and I was so tired. They rushed me in. I got a hospital bed, multiple breathing treatments. It really felt like crap. Watched some TV on cable. I am not used to cable. I'm used to YouTube. So it was weird, but I really felt horrible. And we heard that hundreds of people were praying for me, and I was so happy because my parents had told many people at this point. From my school, a lot of people knew. That's why I wasn't there that day. At school, it was a Wednesday. So eventually, at 1 a.m., so it's extremely early, I'm still awake, I'm barely falling asleep at this point, they rushed me in an ambulance to the children's hospital, because, as you know, I can probably sound like a kid. And they rushed me to the children's hospital in this bed. I had multiple breathing treatments on. Here is the dub chest. Oh, I'm back off track. And multiple breathing treatments, and I still felt horrible. I barely was eating. At this point, I've already lost like 5 pounds. And it sounds like a lot because that was only in like 1.5 days. I lost like 4 pounds when I was sick. So basically, once we got to the children's hospital, I wasn't really feeling too much better. I felt better, but I still felt like crap. Eventually, I woke up and there was just amazing doctors. 6 doctors were looking over me. It was incredible. I spent 30 minutes in an ambulance, so it was a long time. But this whole time, I didn't even realize that my whole right lung was clogged with mucus. And it seemed like there had been a food stuck in my lung. And food shouldn't go to your lungs, people. Go to your stomach. There was food in my lung. And at this point, there's probably over 150 people praying for me. So you'll see by the end of this video that I am still good. But the doctor said that I'd probably have to have a lung surgery at this point, where they would have to open up my stomach or open up my area and just have surgery on my lungs. And for a person my age, that's not okay. The doctor said if my parents hadn't made me gone to sleep, if they had made me gone to sleep, I could have easily suffered a stroke at a kid, so that's pretty crazy. Or they said I could have died. The doctor said I could have easily died if my parents had not made me gone to sleep. So it is a miracle that they just had this feeling that I should have gone to the ER, because I didn't even look too bad, but my oxygen level was drooping and I was basically drunk. So basically, the doctor said my lung was clogged and they would have to perform a surgery. But then he came back and checked up a couple hours later. At this point, I'm already scrolling Fortnite shorts on my mom's phone, and I told my mom I'm feeling so much better. And out of nowhere, the doctor said he's good to go. And I'm like, what? I just started basically crying right there, because I thought I was gonna die. I honestly thought I was just going to die. So I got so happy. Me and my mom started yelling, it's a miracle. And at this point, I think it was a miracle, because I told you over 150 people were praying for me, and that's rare. You usually don't have that many people praying for you. I'm just so happy. So basically, my dad came back and picked me and my mom up, because he had took our car, and we thought I'd be there for another 2 days if I had lung surgery or something like that. So basically, I go back home, and I just feel like a new man. I just feel so happy, and I'm so relieved. I was close to death. If I had gone to sleep that night, I could have easily died. My oxygen could have gone to 0. And I didn't know this at the time. I actually just found this out today, that I could have died. And this is what's crazy. I avoided death as an 11-year-old kid. It's incredible. So, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy the rest of this video. It's pretty good.